everybody. I'm Robert. Thank you. If anybody wants to come in here, I have some gifts in the first two rows for you. All you have to do is actually listen to us. That's it. Come on in. Yes. All right.
Robert, thanks for being here.
No problem.
Robert and I have known each other for quite a while. Why don't you give us a little bit of your background, tell us who you are, and what Zkalyx is?
Why it exists?
What it
what it is?
What
That will be. Yeah, sure. You bet. My background, actually, my education is all engineering for years and years and years. And in one of my companies, I discovered Bitcoin. And Bitcoin really appealed to me, my worldview, my politics, and all that kind of stuff. And so I really kind of did a deep dive. First, I didn't understand it, and then I was super excited about it. I like the idea of a world economy. I like the idea of being inclusive to everybody. For me, that's what Bitcoin kind of represented back when it was $250, something like that. And then the industry started growing, and the things that I wanted out of it, the ownership, the inclusivity, world economy, all of those things grew with it, but kind of parted from what I was hoping Bitcoin would be. I'm not saying Bitcoin is bad, to be clear, but I'll just say the industry veered a little bit away from what I was hoping for. I really wanted anybody to be able to participate. So now a Bitcoin miner, a good one, is $5,000. To get a validator for Solana or any of the other major chains is $15,000-$20,000 just for the hardware, plus owning coins for the proof of stake. It's super expensive. It is not for everybody. As I look more into the industry, it's kind of moved away from like a single coin to do the thing to needing a fee coin and a token to do things, like two monies to pay for things. Like the idea, like you maybe have to go into a bar and use your dollars, but you also use another coin. It's silly. And there's all of these other points of friction that that the industry go to. I'm not saying people aren't making money. I'm not saying that there isn't a world of amazing projects happening right now. I'm meeting some here. What I'm saying is that we, as an industry, have put in a lot of friction into the industry that is not attractive to most of the world. And I think if we can fix those things, I think crypto and can kind of get into the $600 trillion world GDP that is out there for us. But right now, all the transactional part, not the value of Bitcoin or the value of Solana, the transactional part is the fee part it's like $22 billion. It's nothing. Like we have so much to grow into, but it has to be something that people want to use, and not just people who love the technology or this easy way to make money or that kind of stuff. We have to grow.
So 30-second elevator pitch. What does Zkalyx do?
Okay, so Zkalyx is based around a technology that allows layer 1 blockchains to talk directly together without bridges. So everything that we do starts from this basic fact. So in a world where both Ethereum and Bitcoin have this technology in it, you can be on Bitcoin and send it to Ethereum, no bridge. It's just, you don't have to look up how it got there. You don't have to look between the 104 different bridging networks that there are. Every new, better bridge makes this problem worse, right? It's yet another bridge that you have to figure out whether it's better to use or not. What we want is to get rid of that friction. So move directly from the chain you're on to the other chain that is providing the feature or service that you want. Fundamentally, that's what this technology does. We'll be the first blockchain that has that. And then the key is, once blockchains have this, we don't need to hang blockchains off of blockchains anymore. Everything can be a layer 1. And so application specific, you can have very small consensus models, very separate blockchains, and the industry can scale if we decentralize utility. So you don't have to think about what chain you're going to build on. You're going to think about what chain you attach to. So an example of that might be Tether. I'm not saying they have this, or I'll say Circle now, because they're coming out with their own layer 1 blockchain. And so they come out with their own blockchain. It's just the stable coin is the blockchain. They're going to try to connect to the blockchain that they want to connect to. Those are all bridges. For us, they just be connected. So when you want to go on an exchange and move your USDC around, there's only one network and there's only one version of it. and there's no building 10 different versions. There's no trust involved. You don't have to trust the smart contracts. You don't have to trust the liquidity. You don't have to trust the key management. All of that stuff goes away. And that's really the first things that we clear up. And there's a bunch more. Maybe they'll come up so I can stop blathering.
So some more questions there. I'll put my investor hat on for a minute. I have heard of a lot of projects very similar to this, like Layer 0, et cetera, the ones that are creating interoperability. What makes you different? And what gives you the ability to capitalize in the position to win?
Those are all bridges. And so every single one of those make the claim of a trustless connection from one to another. If you dive deep, it's definitely not trustless. There's a trust happening somewhere on those 4 subjects. So number one, that's where they are. Every new one, every better one is a problem. So yes, we do have connections between chains, but AgLayer, Layer 0, Zeta Chain, all of these things, if they're not, they're either bridge aggregators or a bridge or a blockchain that has built their own bridges. So no matter, that's the stuff that is in the way. We actually don't want that. I mean, each one is good and it's what we have now. Zkalyx isn't there now. But as we grow, less and less of that stuff, hopefully. We'll have a much better industry this way.
So speaking of now, where are you now? What stage is your project at? What have you built so far? What's going on at the moment?
I do wish we were much further ahead because I'm super excited about this technology. We are meeting partners. We've got a number of partners who want to do it this way because there's a lot of other benefits of doing things this way. But we're pre-seed. So we have a private testnet that shows that we can do what we say we can do. I can prove that part. At the end of this year, we should have a testnet with a fork of Bitcoin and what we call a service chain. So what we call service chains are layer 1 blockchains that are application specific. So kind of like what Cosmos did, but there's not really a reason for a hub. Any chain should be able to just connect to any chain with this technology. And so we're going to build the first application-specific blockchains with this technology in it. And then we will bring on partner chains, smaller chains that deploy this technology. And that's kind of how we grow. We're going to build out utility, bring on partner chains that don't have this technology in it. And all of a sudden we'll be granted infinite utility. And that's kind of the path forward. So we're at the very beginning of that. So testnet is almost there, showing a service chain connected to a fork of Bitcoin, TGE at the end of this year. And we've a proof of concept that shows that we can do what we say we can do.
So wrapping us up, 2 things. How can people get involved? And what do the next 6 months look like for Zkalyx?
Okay.
You kind of touched on that already, but I guess what are you building next?
The very next thing we need to build is a layer 1. I don't think the world really needs another layer 1. However, the world needs a layer 1 that does this. And so there's no getting into Bitcoin with this technology tomorrow. There is, in 6 months, getting a TGE of this blockchain that does this stuff and a bunch of other features we probably don't have time for. And then building out the service chains. So the very first set of 3 service chains will probably be RWA, an IP chain, decentralized storage, decentralized compute. Some of those we'll do ourselves, and some are from the partners that we're building. And we're looking for more partners. I met somebody here already who's working as a crypto for medical industry. Like, that's a perfect partner. That's a blockchain that does that thing. So if there's anybody else who wants to get in touch with me here or online,
Robert's your guy.
Yes. Robert Hirsch at Zkalyx. Do we put up a barcode or anything in the screen again? Well, anyway, you'll find us online also.
So last question. How are you going to get traction and adoption? How are you going to differentiate yourself and be the one?
So many things like this, and I thank DNA for having us here. So where I can take some time to explain all the benefits of having a bridgeless world. Obviously, our partnerships, building out the service chains, demonstrating revenues without needing 2 tokens, just 1, and a new way to really make it conducive for our economy, but really demonstration, our partnerships, and then of course, evangelizing like this.
Robert Hirsch, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.